Hello everyone, this is Wendy Lau, and I have been going through some analysis on what I think it's going to be for this season. Hear me out. There are some people who were thinking about another episode, and I think it was in season 1, and I do realize that a lot of this is not copying but bringing in different forms of the show in season 4, which is sincere and genius. Not only are you getting the publicity that goes with enjoying the facts that if you enjoyed either season 1, season 2, or season 3, you get like a mutual soup with everything stating from each episode that you got from the originals. Season 1, although it was cheesy and funny and more for comedic reactions, it did show something. In season 4, we are realizing that some of the dramatics of season 1 have come to fruition. Let me explain. When you look at the new episodes, do you realize that the dialogue, or there are a lot of parallels to each episode from different episodes of the past? This being known, I decided to tell you about a thesis, or maybe a hypothesis, or even theories on the coming seasons. Sorry. The coming seasons will probably verify this notion. And the umbrella scene was actually from the Origins Part 2 of when Ivan got pretty much changed into his, well, you know, his akumatized form. I don't remember all the akumatized form. It's been so long ago. Stoneheart, I think his name was. I might be right. But in Stoneheart, there were times where she had read that letter and she said, "Follow your heart." Did you realize that in a lot of these episodes that Adrien has noticed a change in her? I have. Although everybody keeps saying, yes, he just keeps calling her his good friend. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Now that would be funny if you ever seen that in canon, you know, if Adrien actually says it, or even Cat Noir says it, and then Ladybug or Marinette herself says, liar, liar, pants on fire. And it actually insinuates to what Adrien or Cat Noir was saying, that he was just a good friend. I would die laughing at that scene, because I'd be like, his pants are on fire, so naturally, yeah, it makes perfect sense. He just lied, and he was caught into this lie, or a little white lie. We've heard it so many times in the New York special. Good friend aggress, good friend aggress, good friend aggress. Oh my gosh. So, here we go. In the new episode, it was titled PSYCOMEDIAN, or pretty much PSYCOMEDIAN. What if there's a showdown between Cat Noir and this comedian? That would be hilarious. Like, who is the best boy, you know, or who is the best comedian or clown? That would be so hilarious. And like, just say, just for fun, either Adrien or someone else either dresses up as a clown, you know, like clown face, because we see a lot of clown faces in a lot of the memes, and that would make a lot of sense. So yeah, that would be fun. Can you imagine all the puns that would come out of these two characters? And what if it's like, I know this sounds crazy, but do you remember Copycat? I do. Where Copycat was jealous, you know, that someone like Ladybug, and he thought that was they were an item and he was not going to have it. So what if this comedian is trying to mock Cat Noir in his own way, trying to be better than Cat Noir, because he sees Cat Noir is such a great joker, you know? So what if I'm better with jokes than Cat Noir? So what if it's like another like parallel to Copycat, and there's a copycat version of Cat Noir, and he's trying to be funnier than the original Cat Noir. So Ladybug is having trouble trying to figure out which one is Cat Noir, because they both are pretty good at this comedian kind of stuff. And especially if it's Marinette in there, she'll be like, wait, which one's the real Cat Noir? And then she could probably take in some thoughts about it, how Cat Noir acts. Just like we saw in, what was it? The last episode we saw, gosh, what was that? Oh, hold on, it's Origami, I think that's what it's called, Origami. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. It's like Optigami or something like that. I think it was Optigami. Yeah, Optigami. You remember how she was trying to think about if that was Sentai Nino. And then she's like, wait, this is Sentai Nino. This isn't, he's a Sentai monster. That's not Nino. Because she was that smart, she remembers certain scenes and thoughts in her head of the things that she saw. She's very observant in her Marinette form, and this is what we've been waiting for. She remembers things in her form when she's not Ladybug. So basically got Ladybug as Marinette and Marinette as Ladybug, which is kind of cool. I like the fact that she's coming one with herself and she's discovering what she is capable of. Okay, so with that in mind, I also was thinking of, with Copycat version, what if she figures out that that is not how Adrien / Cat Noir is, and maybe this is where they got closer because she was seeing aspects of Adrien. Maybe she's going to have what they call a revelation in her head, or at least an opening of her eyes, that this could be Adrien, because Adrien has that clown side. Maybe we're going to see Adrien's clowny side. Oh gosh, I sure hope so. This could be why Marinette as Ladybug could be getting closer to Cat Noir, especially if she even has the slightest resemblance in her head that this could be Adrien. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's the episode we're missing because we didn't see it. So maybe that's what this is, the clown side of Adrien. That would be a blowaway. So, yeah, I mean, like between a copycat, clown side of Adrien, and maybe this is why this is the episode. Let's keep in mind, this is the episode, I think, before Master Fu becomes akumatized. Monster Fu. Oh my gosh. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Let me check again. I'm looking. Let's see. Yes, because Monster Fu, or that other, the one where Master Fu became akumatized, is episode 6, and PSYCOMEDIAN is episode 5. So we noticed that Adrien, or Cat Noir, was showing his Adrien side, his supportive side to Marinette when she was Ladybug, saying, I don't see no other guardians here but you, my lady. So what if this is Adrien's way of like, hey, I very suspect that Marinette could be Ladybug. Okay, so maybe we get a suspicion of Marinette realizing, or possibly seeing semblance of Cat being Adrien. because we do know that that's mainly him. But they're like, I think he doesn't really know his real personality. So maybe he's under him of both, you know, like part cat, part Adrien. I mean, it's actually shown in some episodes, if you look really closely, that he just has to balance it out, just like Meredith needs to balance her side of Ladybug out as well. I think that's what this is. This is like a change of feelings because they're growing up and you're realizing this is not who I am. They have to figure out who they are. I think they need to find out who they are before they become in a real relationship. I think that's the deal, and that's why they really can't balance anything out right now, because they have to balance their own selves out. They usually say you find your soulmate when you find yourself. So, and I believe it to be true because with me, I finally found mine, but I had to balance myself out first. I had to find out who I really was as a person. And in the midst, I helped them find out who they are too. And my mate actually said to me that if it wasn't for me coming in his life, he wouldn't have known who his true self was. Because he was going on to what his family members wanted. He was going on to what his friends wanted. And then I started talking to him, and we started like chatting a lot. And we realized something. Neither of us were ready for our relationship at this time, that we were starting to get together and liking one another. And yes, I called my guy just a good friend. But he said the same thing for a long time too. But he said the reason he said he was just a good friend was not because I was just a good friend. He didn't want to ruin what we had. And I don't know if this is Adrien's perspective of why he says he's just a good friend. I think he doesn't really want to lose her friendship, so he's doing whatever it takes. Okay, she says I'm just a good friend, just leave it at that. I'm just a good friend. Eventually it's going to come out that what he really thought in his process, if only he could get along long enough with Marinette to tell her everything. And tell himself, you know, yes, it is not just a friendship. I want more. And I'm just waiting for that opportunity. But anyway, this is the end of my video. I don't want it to go way too long. And it looks like we're already at close to 13 minutes. So you guys have a miraculous day. And I'll be back with theories and other kinds of, well, chat talk. You can leave comments down below. You can tell me what you think about this situation. And I'm out of here. Bye!